All right, in this video, I want to talk about a video that was just shared to me about this nurse who was asked by a patient to do something that she didn't seem to want to do. And her background was that she had to help this patient. She does outpatients night shift, so it's 4:30 in the morning, and she has to help this patient, but this patient won't receive help from her because she's wearing a cross necklace. But the patient says, if you take it off, then I will actually let you help me. And if she refuses to take it off, the next shift isn't going to come in until about 7 or 8, and they're not necessarily going to get to her right away, right? So she's not going to get what she needs for hours. So she was asking, what would you do? In the video, she didn't actually said what she did, right? And ultimately, I guess it doesn't really matter. But when she asked that, I was like, yeah, I know what I would do. I would just take it off and help the person. Because first of all, it's my job to help the person, and I actually want to help the person. And me taking off the necklace is not me denying God, denying Jesus Christ, and spitting in his face and stabbing in the back, and I'm forsaking Christianity and throwing out my Bible, and now all of a sudden I'm hailing Satan and have received the mark of the beast. None of that is true because I took off my cross necklace. It's not even a big deal. You don't need to have one to be a Christian. Taking it off doesn't mean you're no longer Christian. Be like, okay, I'll take it off and then I'll help you. Right? No big deal. Right? Not a big deal at all. It's not as if the person said, I'm not going to let you help me unless you renounce Jesus, accept Satan, and we do a sacrifice right here in a pentagram to Satan. Then I'll let you help me. Then they would be like, well, no, I'm not going to do all that. I guess you're going to have to, suffer, and because I can't help you with that. All right, I'm not going to do all those things. But simply taking the necklace off, not a big deal, right? Because the necklace is just a piece of metal, piece of plastic. Maybe you made it out of clay and some twine, right? It's not a big deal, right? It doesn't have any special powers to it. It doesn't protect you from the dark forces out there. It's just an object you use to share with everybody, to say you're Christian without having to just constantly say, hey, everybody, I'm Christian. You just show it by showing you a cross, right? And then everybody knows what you're saying, right? Personally, I don't like to do that, right? Because it's just a symbol, and people get caught up in these things, whether they think that these things have powers to protect them when they're just inanimate objects. There's no power to these things in any way, shape, or form. Or they think just because somebody puts a cross on that they're automatically a good person. They got to be Christian, because if not, they would burn, right? Not knowing that even Satanists will put on a cross to pretend to be Christian, to infiltrate the church, to earn people's trust, just so they can mislead people, right? Like they don't understand how things really are. And just because somebody doesn't wear one or refuses to wear a cross doesn't mean they're satanic and demonic, right? Like, personally, I just see it as borderline idolatry. I see it as a step to leading into idolatry, because people take this symbol and these objects and they start to think that there's some power to them that's not there, right? And they start to put their faith in an object that man made, which is an idol, which means if you think it has some kind of special power, like you hold it up to keep the devils away and the vampires at bay, you're committing idolatry. You're thinking there's power in that object, but there's not, right? You're not walking by faith, you're walking by sight. So it's not a big deal just to take this off to help somebody. Just like if I carry my Bible around everywhere and somebody needed help and they were like, I'm not going to let you help me unless you put that Bible away, I would go put it away. But it's not a big deal. It's not as if I'm saying I no longer believe in the Word of God and I'm throwing it into the sewer and I'm accepting Satan. No, I'm just putting it away so that I can help this person who needs help. All right? This is actually truly loving someone else. And it's not a hardcore thing to do. You know, you're not sacrificing yourself to do it either. All you're doing is putting away an object, and now the person is letting you help them. All right? And if you would actually be offended by this to the point where you refuse to take off your necklace, or like I said with the Bible, you refuse to put the Bible away because you think you're denying God by doing so, you're becoming prideful and stubborn. Like it's not a big deal. There's no reason to make a big deal out of it. All right? So, yeah, I just wanted to make this video to clarify that, because I think a lot of people, they get caught up in these things. You know, because the way we all grow up, we see in the movies and the TV shows and the churches talk about these things as if there's magical powers just to making a T shape on your wall, right? Whether you do it with magic marker or you make it out of sticks or metal, plastic, wood, doesn't matter. If you make this cross shape, all of a sudden, you know, you're casting devils out of your homes. When that's not how it works at all, right? That's the matter of fact, this symbol is actually a pagan Roman symbol, and it was used to crucify people. Even before Jesus came around, this is what they were crucifying people on. This is a symbol of the object of torture and death that Jesus went through. All right? It's what we all actually deserved, or actually still deserve. Unless you've accepted Jesus, then you don't deserve it anymore, because by faith you already went through it by becoming one flesh with Jesus Christ. And if you want to wear one of these just to show you're Christian, nothing wrong with that. But if you start treating this as if this is your Christianity and without it you're not Christian, you're denying Jesus, you're getting caught up in things that don't matter. Right? It doesn't matter, right? What really matters is you actually helping people, right? So toss the cross aside, help the person. Simple, right? Real easy. Not a big deal, right? And now I'm just going to be restating the same thing and rambling, so I guess I'll stop it here just to make this quick video. So thank you for your time and attention. I just wanted to talk about this real quickly, because I was realizing this is the kind of thing that a lot of people would get caught up in, and they might not even either know what to do, or they would respond in a way that would be foolish, right? And it'd be basically borderline idolatry, because they're making an idol out of an object that has no power to it whatsoever. Right? But anyway, thanks again for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. And may God bless you and yours.